Getting money, other bitches, they don't stand a chance. Twerk, twerk for them dollars, I don't want your man. You know it's Jenny Gang. Yo, Jenny Gang, what it do? So we are finally back with a Jenny Gang YouTube production. My real ones have been hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel. We are growing. We're growing organically. And comment on my commentary. So I've been dropping different content on here, as y'all can see. I appreciate y'all's support on it. I like feedback. I like any sort of feedback as long as it's not trolling. So like if you feel like it's something negative that you might have to say about my stuff, but it's constructive, I want that because I have started taking my internet life more serious. So shout out to the gang. But today's video, I just came upon this information this morning on my way home from Birmingham. So your boy Charleston White has had a somewhat of a falling out with a guy named Anton Daniels. This is my first time hearing of Anton Daniels this morning. So for starters, let me just give my brief opinion on Charleston White. I respect anybody's hustle. I think that whatever you are, you should be a good one. So if you are a shit talker, you should be the best shit talker that you can be. Get the biggest bag. If you are, let's say you, what are those people who ask for money in person? I can't think of it. I don't want to call them bums, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The people who beg on the side of the road. You should be the best one that you should be, right? So whatever Charleston White is, I think he's the best of what it is that he does. Now, I don't support a lot of the things that he does and says. Particularly, I get turned off when I hear people speaking negatively of Nipsey Hussle and Young Dolph, because I honestly feel like, oh yeah, and Takeoff. Those are men that maybe, yes, they had a questionable past, questionable lyrics in their songs, but I do not think any of them deserve to leave this earth the way they did. So Charleston White, of course, y'all know when Nipsey passed, he that turned me off. So, but I support his hustle. I like the fact that he gets money and does what he does. Anton Daniels, my first time hearing of him today. I want to say salute to you, and I am following you now, because anything about money in a positive way, y'all know I dance. I get money, but I want to get money in more positive ways. I think this Anton Daniel guy may have the keys to the streets. So it sounds like Anton Daniel and Charleston White were combining together to do a podcast. Antoine, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, y'all. Anton Daniels seems a little bit different, has a different temperament than Charleston White. Y'all know Charleston White usually just says whatever to get the ratings. Hopefully what he be saying is his real opinion, but I don't know. He may just be saying it all for ratings, but it works for him. But him and Anton Daniels have two different energies, two different vibes. And sometimes with podcasts, that can make it more interesting if people have different energies. Well, we have come to a point where these two are no longer doing business together. Now, let me give you both sides. And I keep saying I'm going to give commentary to you guys without giving how I feel. I want to let y'all make decisions. But I tend to understand Anton Daniels' side more. So from what Anton Daniels said that happened is Charleston White, he had the utmost respect for Charleston. He still does. There's not like a beef, y'all. He still has the utmost respect for him. However, I'm going to translate what I heard Anton Daniels say. Charleston White, plain and simply, be doing too much. He says things for, he says it for shock value, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff that we like to talk about, y'all, and the language we like to use, unfortunately, just is not accepted on a lot of these apps. You can say a cuss word on TikTok, and sometimes they'll age restrict my whole life. They don't want that urbanness that most of us bring in our commentary, right? Anton Daniels understands that. Charleston White evidently either does not understand it or does not care, because Charleston White would say things during Anton Daniels and his podcast where Anton Daniels would say the the interview would drop and YouTube would put a yellow light on it, and he would not even get paid for the interviews. And it was simply because of the way Charleston White, the words that he used, like it just wouldn't fly in YouTube's zone. He received strikes from some of Charleston White's content, which, like he said, he has to blame himself for not sticking up for his own channel then. However, he has made it very clear he makes money outside of YouTube. And that's what kind of makes me so interested in the things that he's doing to get his money. I think he does stocks and things like that. But he is getting enough money to where, yes, those interviews that he was dropping and not getting paid for, it's a big deal, because who don't want to get paid for their content? But at the same time, it didn't hurt him because he's already rich. He's already a millionaire. But Charleston White would come and give his delivery, put it down, great. And then he said that Anton Daniels said he has a team that edits out the videos. He said that he would say, hey, my team is going to edit this video where you was talking like this. Is there anything you want to take out or whatever? He would always give Charleston the option to take things out of his video. And Charleston White had this thing, the same thing he be telling us. Nah, I stand on anything I say, right? So Anton Daniels hears him say, I stand on anything I say. So I guess he got tired of asking that question. So whenever his team would get ready to drop snippets of interviews, y'all know, because sometimes as content creators, you post stuff in stages. What would happen is Charleston White might be talking junk. Like he said, say for instance, he was talking junk about Math Hoffa and Jay Prince. Well, a few weeks had went by and he had already made up with Jay Prince and made up with Math Hoffa, but the interview is dropping. And now it's rehashing the beef that Charleston is talking about, right? So Anton Daniels did not feel the need to ask Charleston White, hey, do you want me to remove this because you're getting along with these people now? Because every time he would ask Charleston White that, Charleston White say, nah, I'm standing on business with what I said. So again, I'm just trying to play that. I ain't trying to make y'all pick sides here. Anton Daniel is catering to Charleston. He's treating him, even though he's obviously on a higher level, he's treating Charleston as a guest. He's booking him. He's paying for flights. He's paying for Dewberry to come. He's paying Charleston for his time in his interviews. He said that if they would go to a game, he doesn't sit anywhere but courtside. He said Charleston might come with other people, and Charleston say, well, we can sit courtside, but my people, as long as we get them in the building, they all right. Anton Daniels say, nah, I don't move like that. If I sit courtside, anybody with us are going to sit courtside, right? So what I'm trying to establish the relationship that Anton Daniels had with Charleston White. Like he's giving him the utmost respect. So on top of all of this, now the content that he's putting out for you is getting his page kind of messed up, not getting paid on some things. He's looking over all of that. So what happens is he drops a piece of an interview one day where Charleston White is going in on Math Hoffa. Charleston White sees the interview drop. He calls Anton Daniels' phone going off. Anton Daniels said he right there with his wife. Charleston going off. Hey, homie. Hey, we got something else we could post. Y'all know how Charleston talk. Yeah, me and Math, we squashed that. And then you posted that about Jay Prince. I got to go to Houston next week. Which I thought he said nobody tells him what to do. And he is going to bring the police wherever. That's what I thought. But obviously, this is the understanding that Anton Daniels had too. So he said Charleston on the other end of the phone talking to him pretty much like on some Debo type stuff going off. So Anton Daniels said, okay, cool. He said, but I thought you said you stand on it, right? Now, y'all see kind of here where it's not really a real beef. Nobody slept with nobody's wife. Nobody tried to steal no money and knock somebody off of a show. It's nothing like that. It was a simple, but it's the principle of this misunderstanding that's happening. Charleston White, yes, he gets numbers, he gets money, he gets booked, but Charleston White sometimes is bad for business. And I think that's why Anton Daniels became frustrated. He's like, I'm looking over all this. I'm making you, like, putting you up here on this pedestal or whatever. and you are giving me mixed signals. 1 minute you telling me you standing on it, the next minute you calling and going off on me, telling me why did I post that, when you know why I posted it, because we filmed it, and I give you an opportunity to say you don't want to put that out, and you say, nah, homie, I stand on that. So it looks like to me Charleston White has started backpedaling on some of the things that he say, because maybe he knows now it's real life consequences to the things you say on the internet. Like if you're a person that's always inciting beef and fighting and things like that, sooner or later you have to be confronted with that stuff. And maybe since that one comedy show with Charleston White, you know what I'm saying, got into it with the dude throwing the flower pot and stuff, now he knows he can be touched. Okay. So again, I think it was like they both said, they had a brotherhood. It was more than just business. It was a little personal. They've been to each other's homes. They met each other's mothers and wives, and they still have a level of respect for each other. But at the same time, I do think Anton Daniels is getting a little frustrated that Charleston and Dewberry keep talking about what happened online. Anton Daniels simply is just not responding to Charleston White and Dewberry. When they call him, they can't get an answer now. That's what happens when you dealing with somebody who's upper echelon. You may feel like, okay, I'm clouded up, I'm getting 10,000 a show or whatever. This man over here got more going on, and he's gonna get money with or without you. You gotta respect people like that. You was in that man's house, and you did not respect the rules of these platforms that y'all know we deliver on. And then also you didn't respect him, calling and yelling at him and doing all of that. You didn't respect him. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. If y'all feel like my first time watching Anton Daniels, if he's pulled some sort of wool over my eyes and like, oh, Jenny, he ain't that innocent, or he ain't that successful or whatever, y'all let me know that too. I'm just telling y'all what I listened to during their commentary on my way home this morning. No issue with Charleston White. Keep getting your money, but at the same time, just know there is a system in place where you can't just do what you want to do on these folks' platforms. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and y'all comment on the commentary. See you on the next